President Biden's Build Back Better plan is on life support tonight. West Virginia Democratic Senator Joe Manchin says he will vote no on the $2 trillion package. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us for KARK4 News at 10. I'm Cassandra Webb. The plan needs every Democratic vote in the Senate, so Manchin's opposition would kill the plan. Senator Manchin has long been the key holdout on the $1 trillion bill, saying it's still too expensive and too broad, adding Congress should instead focus on rising inflation and COVID.
Not changing our approach, not targeting things we should be doing, making sure that people basically that truly need it are getting it. There's a lot of good, but that bill is a mammoth piece of legislation.
Earlier this week, President Biden had agreed to back off a Christmas deadline to vote on the bill to continue negotiations with Manchin. And here in Arkansas, state legislators are reacting to the Build Back Better news. Andrew Epperson joining us now. So, Andrew, what's been the response so far here locally?
Well, you just talked about Joe Manchin there. It looks like this legislation will not pass. Here in Arkansas, state legislators are split along party lines, reminiscent of what's happening around the country in 2021.
I cannot vote to continue with this piece of legislation. I just can't.
West Virginia Democrat Joe Manchin says he won't vote to pass the Biden administration's Build Back Better legislation, likely dooming the $2 trillion package in the Senate.
There's a lot of good, but that bill is a mammoth piece of legislation.
In Arkansas, legislators' responses match the partisan divide that defines the country's politics today. Democrats call it a missed opportunity. Republicans claim a win.
Well, I'm both excited and relieved that the Build Back Broken plan, Joe Biden's massive government spending program, appears to be dead.
Republican State Senator Trent Garner says he thinks this legislation would push inflation higher.
It's time now for us to get back to those conservative fiscal roots.
Republicans say parts of the bill, like climate change and gender identity assistance provisions, aren't worth the price tag.
The more I learn about it, the more I read stories about it, the more there'll be some new subsection that was just as terrible as the last part.
How do you explain that? You know, they're voting against your best interest.
Democratic State Representative Monty Hodges points to an expanded child tax credit and lowered insulin prices, saying these would benefit everyday Arkansans.
Can you imagine paying $1,000 a month for insulin when you could pay $35?
Hodges says partisanship's killing legislation, not legitimate arguments.
Why would you not want to move forward rather than taking 10 steps backwards?
Federal legislators will return to Washington next month.
The question now is whether the package goes up for a vote or if it'll be broken up into individual bills. Lawmakers will take another look at all of this after the holidays. Live in studio, Andrew Epperson, KARK4 News.